Hello, welcome. This is Blockchain Bloom, the blockchain educator. I'm at Pink, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about Celsius, which it's going to bankrupt now. And Celsius bankruptcy filing also shows that the company is in deep trouble. The second thing, obviously, I have to talk about is the inflation, which rose 9.1% in June, which was higher than expected. So let's talk about that as well. And the third thing is that Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful, is saying that crypto markets actually needs to hit a total panic before it can go up again. So what we had so far is just not enough yet, guys. All this in today's video. And don't forget, if you would like to get the fresh cryptocurrency and blockchain news, simply subscribe to this YouTube channel. Even during my holiday here in Greece in July, I'm providing these videos for you a couple of times during the week, so I keeping you up to date. Hit the like button if you like this kind of content and it's important for you, and also subscribe to this YouTube channel. Check out the links under this video because there are also many useful ones. And now it's actually time to look at the market. Just one sec, I have to close this one here and share the screen. Okay, so we can see that Bitcoin is actually finally up. Even we had this kind of bad inflation data, which was 9.1%, but I'm going to talk about it in a second. So Bitcoin is up a bit more than 2.5% in the last 24 hours. Then we have Ethereum going up 8.8 in the last 24 hours, even better. Several like Quant going up 26%, Compound 15%, Aave 14%. You can see a couple of good ones compared to the last couple of days. And basically, no one is going down in the top 100 at the moment. When we're looking at the Bitcoin candlestick chart, we can see here that after the data was revealed, first the market started to dump, and then it started to go up, and now Bitcoin is above 20,600 at the moment, while it was 19,000 something before the announcement of the June inflation data. Interestingly, when we're looking at gold, it's going vice versa. So when it was announced, then basically it was around this level 1,730, 40 something, and now we actually lower. So we can see that actually people not going into gold straight away, even we have this high inflation numbers. And in the past, how it was when the inflation was getting bad, people started to looking for safe haven like gold. But right now they see that the inflation is so big, much bigger than it was back in 2008, because you're talking about like 40 years records. We had that 40 years ago, but not back in 2008. So that's a totally different case. Now they see that they cannot fight with gold, basically, now inflation. So they need to take more risk, basically. And therefore, they keep it on the side, waiting now what's going to happen. And it can happen easily that even in autumn, we can have here a relief rally. I'm not saying that it's going to back new all-time highs. No, nothing like that. But, something how the people can get their money back. And it looks like right now, it's not the gold, the one, the direction they going to. Okay, and right. Okay, let's move on to the first topic. And the first topic is, let's talk about Celsius. And when we're looking at the bankruptcy filings, it shows that the company is indeed trouble. They announce their bankruptcy. So let's talk about it. So unfortunately, Celsius, was holding withdrawals since the 12th of June, which wasn't definitely a good sign. But now they said they're going to bankrupt, and but they could choose from several things. And now when we're looking at Celsius network, we can see that here are the liabilities what they have, and here the assets. So basically, the company holds around 4.3 billion US dollar assets against 5.5 billion in liability, representing a 1.2 billion deficit. So this is actually definitely not good. And actually, just like Wager, Celsius recent decision was to file for Chapter 11 protection rather than Security Investor Protection Act. And the SIPA would have shifted ownership of the firm assets over to the customers, which would have at least given to the portion of their deposits back, which would be actually at least something. But under Chapter 11 bankruptcy proceedings, the company filing for protection claims the ownership of all assets. Under SIPA, failed firm must either transfer it, the account to another firm, so this is a possibility, or be liquidated and send funds to the investors. And this is not what they're doing. They rather choose the Chapter 11 one. And yes, so do people get any of their money back, what they left on Celsius? Look, the majority here, the liabilities, the user's liability, it's 4.7 billion US dollar. This is the majority. So what they own basically to their customers. Yeah, it's not looking good. Not looking good, to be honest with you. But yeah, we will see how this whole thing moves on. But don't forget, if you keep your money on centralized things, just like lending platform on exchanges, there is a risk. There is a risk if they bankrupt. Then what's going to happen to your crypto if you keep it in a hardware wallet offline? This is right now the safest way to keep your crypto, to be honest with you. Okay, let's move on to the next topic. And the next topic, we have to talk about this inflation, which rose 9.1% in June. Because I couldn't make a video yesterday, but the numbers were out like Wednesday in local time, what we have here in the afternoon, even in Hungary, where I'm usually broadcasting, but now I'm in Greece. But it was 8:30 in the US time. Okay, so let's talk about it. So right, what we have here. First of all, we had the May data. It was 8.6%. Then we, the people, the experts said that they were waiting for 8.8% for June, and instead of that, we have here a 9.1. So it's even worse. It was 40 years ago we had numbers like this, so this is just getting worse and worse every single month. Is this now the peak? Yeah, good question. We thought like even last month could be the peak, but no, it's worse. And even if you look at the core CPI, then you can see that which is excluding food and energy, it rose 5.9, and the estimated one was 5.7. So even that one was worse. So now what the Fed can do, now they're saying that, during this meeting on the 26th and 27th of July, when they finally announce it, they could raise it with 1 point. And this would be significant. We had like 75 basis points before, and now 100 basis points. And let's see which way we can going. And this is definitely very interesting, because now Fed is fighting inflation, but it's definitely then this one is bad for the economy. What you want to do? So it's a tough thing. It's a tough thing, definitely. Our situation right now, it's much more complex than what we had back in 2008, and now, as you can see, we are in a worse situation than back then. Okay, so definitely we have to keep an eye on it, and we have to do something, because even when you're looking at the euro price, look at against the dollar, it's inflating. It's getting worse. Now 1 euro equals about $1. It's just about the same, but wasn't that before? The dollar was weaker, and now it's getting stronger and stronger and stronger compared to euro. but the dollar itself is inflating 9.1%. So it's crazy numbers. Okay, and now the last topic is all about what Kevin O'Leary is saying, that basically the crypto market need a huge hit, a total panic, before it can return and go up again. So basically we're having bad news on daily basis. You look at Voyager, you look at Celsius, you look at Terra Luna, you look at the inflation, you look at the war, and we have here Kevin O'Leary, who is saying that we can bottom when really the total panic hits the market, because this is the point when when you get retail investors, definitely many of them are keep holding their Bitcoin, and there is a point for many of them when they say, okay, no longer, I'm out, I'm selling. And if that's happening, but we had several rounds like this, then definitely it can maybe mark the bottom. So the Million Investor from Sheraton TV show, Kevin O'Leary, is saying there is going to be a total panic and massive volatility in the crypto market ahead before industry swings back to stronger firms and clearer regulations. Despite the recent fall of crypto finance firms, including Voyager Digital and Celsius, we just talked about, O'Leary told Cointelegraph on July 13 that we are still missing the real big event seen in previous market cycles before we go back to accelerate growth in the space. So he's waiting for even worse, even something which is really strongly hits the market, and even those who are right now like undecided, they will be shaken out, and then this will be maybe the bottom for it. So according to him, we can here easily go much lower, and yes, I agree with the point that when the recession comes out and all these other things, when it's going to be official, that data is on the 28th of July, so we have to closely watch that. Then definitely we can see interesting prices in August and and after that. But yes, don't forget the true, the real billionaires, millionaires. They make a huge amount of money during the bear market. Why? Because they're investing in good assets right now. Don't do the shitty ones, the shit coins and all these things. Be wise, be clever, and pick the ones which are strong. You never know the bottom, so probably the best is to DCA during this period. It's not financial wise what I'm saying here, but just think about it. Look how the others did, not buying when it's FOMO, buying when it's blood on the market, and then sooner or later it will go back. Is it a year? Is it 2 years? Who knows? We don't know. But when we're going back and we have collected assets at around the bottom, then you can have nice profit. This is how it usually works. Is there risk involved? Yes, definitely huge risk involved, but this is part of the investment. It always goes with risk. Okay guys, that's it. I wish you an amazing weekend. On Monday I'm back with the freshest. Have a good one. Bye bye. Hit the like if you like this kind of content, and subscribe. Bye.